What is going on? It's Jaye the Black here, of course. Another video. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Bow Wow, the rapper, actor. Bow Wow, reality TV show star, whatever. Dot girlfriend. Having. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. Hey. I really want to make sure that everybody understands why I make the videos that I make on particular people. Now, what I'm going to be doing on this channel moving forward is sort of zeroing in on more content geared towards red pilling celebrities. Now, I will continue to do red pill content. I told y'all I was going to be putting it on Patreon. I still will. Oh, I do now. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I plan on doing part ones, which would be on YouTube, and like the part two will be on Patreon, something like that. A little bit more uncut, because you got to keep it SPC. Because I've dealt with my fair share of issues with YouTube, and this is more a video of me teaching, me speaking to the people, and using celebrities in order to do it. That's why I speak about them. All right. So I just want y'all to understand that. Okay. So make sure you like this video. I'm going to talk about why Bow Wow refuses to take the red pill to go red pill. Now, I believe I did a video where he talked about how I think he said he wasn't going to get married. And there was some semblance of hope. And I'm going to say this, though. I know people are going to say, well, Bow Wow doesn't know about the red pill, Jay. He doesn't know about the red pill, Jay. Well, there are male celebrities, okay, who live a very red pilled lifestyle. All right. They may not call themselves red pill or, men going their own way, but their lifestyle shows you that they are truly red pill. Now, they may casually date, but they don't have children. They've never gotten married. They live their lives as bachelors. They live their lives basically privately, and they're very picky about the women that they choose. You don't see them in a lot of drama. It's almost like the Derek Jeter model where, he focuses on his career and making money. And then once his career is done, he seeks to get into something long term. He invests the money that he made during his career to set him up for the future. Okay? If that's something that you would look towards, because we all at a point in our lives have an opportunity to work hard and make money. And then once we get to a certain age, we can retire, we can invest that money, or maybe we invest in it while we're making it. Who knows? But the thing with Bow Wow is I think he's he has a very tortured soul. He's a guy who might be bipolar. I think some days he feels like the same Bow Wow of 2001, 2002. And some days he feels like an aged, non-factor. And I think that bothers him. And that's the type of thing where I do believe some of these people need therapy. I think they need, honest people around them, especially young men, young black men. They need people around them that are going to be honest. And I think Bow Wow is the type of guy who doesn't understand that. Now, one of the main reasons why I'm making this video is because of a situation that happened where, once again, Bow Wow went viral. Say what you want about Bow Wow. He knows how to go viral. He was in the club performing, and he was performing a song that he made with Ciara while I believe they were dating each other some years back. And he preferred to her as a B. And I'm being politically correct. And he basically said, I had her first, or whatever. And that had people really upset, really emotional, because he can't seem to let this particular female go. And I have said this in a lot of videos, that a lot of guys, unfortunately, have a hard time getting over certain females. Why? Because I think that they were in love with those women. Those women hurt them. Either that woman left them and they were never able to recover, or they were never able to meet a woman like her. I mean, look at the women Bow Wow has been with. I mean, his baby's mother, it was a jump off for Future. Okay? Had another young one with Future. That's his baby's mother. That's his baby's mother. I made a video about it. Y'all go look it up. He ends up dating another female who literally put paws on him and put marks all over his face. Now, again, there was a surveillance video in an elevator that showed him being aggressive towards her, which means that this particular female brought out the worst in him. And I have said this to y'all. You got to separate yourself from people who bring out the worst in you. It's very plain to see that this particular female had brought out the worst in him. This is the female he's on the reality show with now. Now, I don't know what it is, but Future has dated a couple of Bow Wow's exes. I don't know what it is, just a side note. But this is what happens when you don't have the spirit of being red pill, when you don't have the right people around you. How can a guy like Leo DiCaprio have the life he's had and not be attached and be in any drama and live his life and not be married or have any kids? But a guy like Bow Wow can't. Now, you can say, well, the individuals are totally different. I get that. But when you are a celebrity, you have the opportunity to pick and choose the type of people you want around you. And it's very clear to me that Bow Wow has a lot of enablers. He has a lot of enablers. Look at LeBron James. LeBron James has been in drama, but he's been able to keep his marriage together, raise his kids. The media takes over for him, of course. But again, he has the right people around him. He doesn't have a lot of knuckleheads. You don't see, him and his wife going back and forth with each other. If he is messing around on his wife, he's not really getting caught. Now, he has gotten caught in DMs, but he hasn't gotten put on blast as far as sleeping with this woman or that one. Now, there's been rumors. But I just feel like Bow Wow his life is very bipolar. One day, he's 30-something-year-old Bow Wow. The other day, he feels like he's the teenage Bow Wow. And when you have never gotten over being a child star, which is what he was pretty much in Bow Wow's heyday, in his prime, 2001, 2002. He was probably the biggest hip hop rap act out there because he was able to cross over into pop, which was very difficult for a lot of rappers to do back then. I think Nelly kind of did it. Some other ones as well. But because of his age and because of the impact he was able to have, his audience, he was able to cross over. And I think that because he had such mainstream success, he started doing movies. And it's like he sees himself as that person some days, and when he realizes that he's not that person, I think it really negatively affects him. His mother was his manager. He never had a father figure. You can tell that he never had somebody. Well, he had a father figure like Jermaine Dupri and I think Snoop Dogg in a way, but he never had a biological dad there to really help him through certain times. He never really had that. And you can see it just in the choices that he makes, which again, the decisions that he makes is on him. But the one thing Bow Wow has to understand is you need to take the red pill route. If you don't, you're going to end up putting yourself in a very bad situation. Listen, a lot of us, especially us who are in our mid to late 20s or early 30s, we grew up knowing Bow Wow, maybe even listening to Bow Wow, seeing his music videos on BET. And when you see what has become of him, You see him in mugshots with scratches all over his face. It's very troubling to see somebody that you grew up listening to, if you listen to him, saw him in TV or movies or whatever, and to see what has become of him. It's a guy who has not been able to adjust to just being another guy, to seeing other people gain fame and notoriety, and him just sort of become an afterthought. I think psychologically, he's never really been able to get over that. And that plays a role into it. It really does. It plays a huge role into the development of these guys when they don't have that biological dad there, when it's just their mother who's just another enabler. I believe this guy ran a successful store that closed down. He started having some issues financially. This was what, like, I think 5 years ago. That was sort of like the beginning of the downward spiral of a guy who still has a lot left in front of him. But I think he's still trying to adjust to that. This is why he was doing, he still does, but it's acting and on reality TV. Once again, he lives a very bipolar life. One day he's this person, the next day, he's completely somebody else, and he doesn't know how to adjust. Life is all about adjustments, and you have to learn how to make those adjustments eventually, or it's going to destroy you. You should want to be better, not be worse. And I think that it's very important for me to make the content that I make. Some of y'all may not like that I speak on celebrities. I don't care. You can go watch somebody else's stuff. But I know what y'all watch. I know that when I make videos on these celebrities, you will watch. So I will utilize these celebrities in order to be able to drive home points that I want y'all to understand. You may not understand it now, but someday I'm sure you will.